This is too good. I'm still... Oh, I'm like crying over here. I can't get enough of this. Okay, so Balatro. You know, that amazing little indie title that was nominated for Game of the Year. Didn't win it, didn't think it would. It's an awesome game though. Astrobot ended up taking it. Congrats, Astrobot, again. But we're not talking about you right now. We're talking about this recent article because the Balatro dev is kind of tired of the PEGI board. PEGI, if you don't know, is basically the classification board for the ratings, kind of like how here in the States we have M for mature, T for teen, E for everybody. PEGI listed by age. 18 plus means it's a game that's for adults, and so on and so forth. And if you don't know, Balatro has always been rated, over in Europe at least, 18 plus. And it's just fascinating to me because their reasoning for giving this game 18 plus is because since Balatro uses, you know, poker in its game, it could teach players the mechanics for use in real gambling. So because essentially it has poker, it could lead people to gamble and do awful things like that, so it needs to be 18 plus. The thing about Balatro is, if you don't know or if you haven't played it, it has no microtransactions whatsoever. There is no gambling really in this game except you're betting on whether or not you can get a high score, essentially. There is no microtransactions, there isn't anything like that. And it's very fascinating that they would single out Balatro in this regard, considering the number of other video games out there that arguably do entice people to learn about gambling and even encourage gambling in a lot of ways. PEGI goes on to say that its prominent gambling imagery in this game is deserving of its highest adults-only rating. And this isn't a new thing either. Like I said earlier this year, it was pulled from storefronts because it had a 3+ rating, and it was changed overnight to 18+. And the Balatro dev, he's kind of throwing shade at them now, and it is wonderful. Local Thunk, the dev and creator and the guy who did Balatro, stated on X, and he said, "Since PEGI gave us an 18+ rating for having evil playing cards, maybe I should add microtransactions and loot boxes and real gambling to lower that rating to 3+, like EA Sports FC. Because yes, FIFA games, Madden games, Fortnite, games that include microtransactions, games that make you want to spend a lot more money, even if they're free to play, and in a lot of these cases, not free to play. They want you to gamble, to open packs, to spend extra money, to learn and get addicted to their systems. And Balatro, one more time, has none of that, but it's Balatro that gets the 18+ rating, while games like FIFA and Fortnite and NBA 2K and all of those other ones, they get E for everyone and 3+. And don't get it twisted, there is no violence in Balatro. There's nothing bloody in that game, there's nothing violent in that game, there's no language within the game. It's more E for everyone than any of those other games I mentioned. It's more child-friendly than, say, Fortnite. But because it uses poker in its game, it's apparently evil. And look, I get it. Poker is usually associated with gambling and casinos. But here's the thing though, anything can be associated with gambling if you want it to be. I mean, frick, GTA Online has a literal casino in its video game that you can go and spend money in and actually use your real money to basically try to win fake money. It has those things. And not only that, anything can be used for gambling. Monopoly could be used for gambling. Uno could be used for gambling. Heck, you could place bets on who's gonna win in Mario Kart if you really wanted to. But it's just, it's just kind of funny to me. And there's just so much hypocrisy in this whole situation because Balatro is a very family-friendly game. And the whole reason they're coming down so hard on it on the ratings board is just because it's poker at the end of the day. And nothing else. And like I said, let me remind you one more time, Balatro has no microtransactions ever. all of the DLC for this game that has come out has been free. It is a affordable video game, and it is a wonderful video game, and it should not be 18 plus at all. In my opinion, games like Fortnite or Rocket League now or Fall Guys, looking at you Epic Games, or Madden and FIFA and all of those ones should have a higher ratings board, because those ones do a lot more harm than they do good. They encourage gambling. They want you to bust packs. They want you to spend all of this extra money and time and effort and engage in the battle passes and buy their microtransactions and prey on the neurodivergent. They do a lot more harm than Balatro has ever done. The only thing Balatro has ever done for people has been too addicting because it's such a dang good game. So yeah, I'm really glad that Balatro decided to just roast the PEGI board, because they're a completely and utter joke. They've been for years. They're kind of like the ESRB over here in the States. They're a joke too, in my opinion. But this right here was just fantastic, because yeah, apparently added microtransactions and DLC and all this stuff, and get a friendly E for everyone rating. Get a 3+ rating. So much to show a poker hand in a game though, that draws the line, man. That's too risky. Think of the children, guys. Think of the children. I am Bradley Overrated, out like a trout. Praise be to Balatro, and I'll see you next time. Gosh, that's a good game. Go pick it up. Unless you're a kid, because then I guess you can't now, because, you know, you're too young. It's too crazy of a game for you.